The Two Boxes. Chapter 1. There was once a woman called Mrs. Spring. She lived in a village with her two daughters, Megan and Bella. Megan didn't do any housework, and she was very spoiled. She loved to eat and sleep all day. The younger daughter, Bella, was a good, kind girl, but her mother was cruel to her. Bella did all the work. She washed the floors, cooked the meals, and did the laundry. But Bella was happy, and she didn't want anything more. One day, Mrs. Spring called Bella to her room. "We don't have a lot of money now," she said. "You must leave home and find a job. Work for a year, then bring me the money." Bella was very happy to leave home. She didn't leave the house very often, and this was an opportunity to travel. "I'll leave tomorrow, Mother," she said. "Don't worry, I'll work hard and bring home a lot of money." The next day, Bella left to find a job. She walked for many hours across rivers and fields. Finally, she arrived at a farm. The farmer's wife was outside with some heavy bags. She was a widow, and her name was Miranda. "Good evening. Can I help you with your bags?" Bella said. "Where are you going?" asked Miranda. "I want to find a job and a place to stay," Bella answered. Miranda liked Bella. "You can stay here and work for me," she said. Bella thanked Miranda and took the bags into the house. There were 9 cats in the kitchen. Bella was happy to see them because she loved animals. Miranda gave Bella work to do, and Bella worked very hard. In the mornings, she cleaned the house. Then she milked the cows and gave them food. In the afternoons, she washed the clothes in the river. All the animals liked Bella because she was kind. She always took bread to the river for the fish to eat. She put water in the garden for the birds, and she brought milk home for the cats. Chapter 2. Soon, Miranda's cows were fat, and they gave more milk than the neighbors' cows. The river was full of fish, too. Miranda was very happy. After a year, it was time for Bella to leave, and Miranda was sad. "Before you leave, there's something you must do," she said. "Take this bucket to the river and fill it with water. Then bring it to me, but don't spill any of the water." There were small holes at the bottom of the bucket. Bella tried again and again, but the water spilled every time. "It's impossible to fill this bucket with water," Bella thought. Suddenly, some birds appeared. They dropped leaves into the bucket and covered the holes. "I give these birds food every day. Now they're helping me," Bella thought. Bella filled the bucket with water and took it home. This time, she didn't spill any water. "You're such a smart girl," said Miranda. "Now I want you to do something else. Keep these 2 balls of wool in your hands." "Why?" asked Bella. "Take them to the river and hold them near the water until the black wool in your right hand becomes white and the white wool in your left hand becomes black," said Miranda. Bella took the wool to the river. She waited a long time, but the wool didn't change color. Suddenly, something pulled the balls of wool, and they started to open. There were hundreds of fish around the wool. The fish made 2 new balls of wool in the water. Then they put the white ball into Bella's right hand and the black ball into her left hand. When Bella returned to the house with the wool, Miranda was very surprised. "That's incredible," she said. "You're such a smart girl. Now there's one more thing I want you to do. Take the wool and make a coat for me." "That's impossible," thought Bella. "How can I make a coat with only 2 balls of wool?" Suddenly, the cats appeared. They started to pull at the wool, and it became longer and longer. "The cats are helping me," Bella thought. "Now there's enough wool to make the coat," thought Bella happily. When the coat was finished, Miranda was surprised. "That's a beautiful coat," she said. "Now I must pay you for your hard work. Go upstairs and look in my cupboard. You'll find 2 boxes. Choose one of the boxes for yourself, but don't open it until you arrive home." Bella found the 2 boxes. There was a beautiful gold box and a smaller old black box. "Miranda isn't rich," thought Bella. "I mustn't take her beautiful gold box. I'll take the black one." When Bella came downstairs with the black box, Miranda smiled. "You're a good girl," she said. "Now go home quickly." Bella returned home with the black box, and her mother was angry. "We need money, not a stupid old box. You can keep it," her mother shouted. Bella took the box to her room and opened it. A bright light shone from it, and Bella saw that it was full of diamonds and jewels. Megan saw the jewels from the door. She was very jealous. "I'll work on that farm too," she thought. "I'll get more jewels than my sister." Megan packed her bags and went to talk to her mother. "I'm leaving tomorrow," she said. "I'll return in a year with a lot of money for us." Chapter 3. The next day, Megan started the long journey to the farm. When she arrived, she saw Miranda outside with some heavy bags. "Let me work on your farm, old woman," Megan said. "I'll work for 1 year." Miranda didn't like Megan, but she was a kind woman, so she invited her to stay. Megan didn't help with the bags. She went into the house and threw the cats from the kitchen. In the morning, Miranda gave Megan work to do. Megan shouted and the birds left the garden. Then Megan sat on the grass and went to sleep. After a few weeks, the cows on the farm were very thin, and they didn't give any milk. All the clothes were dirty, and there weren't any fish in the river. At the end of the year, it was time for Megan to leave. "You must leave soon," Miranda said. "But first, there is something you must do. Take this bucket to the river and bring me some water." "But there are holes in the bucket," Megan shouted. "Yes, but you must fill it with water," said Miranda again. Megan tried to fill the bucket, but the water spilled onto the ground. She threw the bucket away. "Stupid bucket!" she shouted. Next, Miranda gave Megan 2 balls of wool. "Take these to the river," she said. "Hold them near the water until the white wool in your left hand becomes black and the black wool in your right hand becomes white. The balls must not leave your hands." Megan washed the wool in the river, but nothing happened. Megan threw the wool onto the ground. "Stupid wool," she said. Miranda wasn't surprised. "You're a lazy girl, Megan. Now try one more thing," she said. take the wool from the ground and make a coat for me." Megan tried to take the wool, but the cats had it. There were small pieces of wool everywhere. "Stupid cats!" shouted Megan. "I can't make anything with that." "You're very lazy," said Miranda, "but I'll give you something to take home." "You'll find 2 boxes in my cupboard," said Miranda. "Choose one, but don't open it until you arrive home." Megan found the 2 boxes. One was gold and the other was black. "The gold box is bigger. There'll be more jewels inside it," Megan thought. Megan didn't say goodbye to Miranda. She took the gold box and ran out of the house. Miranda smiled. "I'm not going to wait until I arrive home," Megan thought. "I'll open the box now." When Megan opened the box, she was very surprised. She didn't find any jewels. Suddenly, a big black spider jumped out of the box onto her arm. Megan threw the box on the ground in terror and ran home with nothing. Her mother was very angry again. Bella didn't stay at home with her cruel mother and lazy sister. She bought a farm with the jewels from the black box. But Bella was a kind girl, and she forgave her mother and sister. She invited them to live with her on the farm. Megan and Mrs. Spring learned an important lesson. People don't get anything when they're cruel or lazy. It's better to be good and kind. They changed their attitude and worked hard on Bella's farm. And they all lived happily together for the rest of their days.